Casting from the basement of La Penta, this is WICR.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Vault. Jersey Joe back here. And look, after a wild weekend, there's no place that I'd rather start than with El Clasico. Barcelona, I don't think that dominating is even the right word, just blowing the doors off of Real Madrid at the Bernabeu 4-0. And I think collectively from Barcelona, from the moment the match started, I think after that first 7 minutes, they controlled every phase, every ball, every aspect of the game was in their hands. And I think you could look all around and applaud everyone on their side. I mean, I think one of the really interesting things is coming to this one is everybody had the same question is, was Messi going to start? Or was he going to come off the bench? He did, in fact, come off the bench, did not start, but we did get a glimpse of Messi for the first time in a while. And I think looking at Barcelona, coming into this game, they had scored 23 goals in the La Liga season. 20 of those goals belong to the combination of Luis Suarez and Neymar Jr. I think when you look at the two of them, now a lot of people kind of say Messi's injury was actually a kind of a blessing in disguise because it showed the two of them how to play and how to be even better. And I guess there's some truth to that. I think Suarez and Neymar, as it was, are already two of the best players in the world. And Neymar continues to climb that ladder as one of the most elite top three players in the world. But I think at the end of the day, you still can never miss having Lionel Messi in your lineup. But there's no question that Neymar today, I think that game is kind of a testament to Neymar leaping possibly Ronaldo. Now, let's be honest. I mean, nothing went right for Real Madrid in that game. Ronaldo was not a factor in that game, not in the least. I mean, you watch that game, and I really can't pick out to you a lot of plays where Ronaldo made a difference. He really didn't make any difference to me at all. I did not see him making a lot of plays, make a lot of passes. There was just not enough moments in the game where Ronaldo had a true impact. Everyone on Barcelona had a real impact. And I think if you have to kind of separate the two clubs, when the second half started, I think at 47 minutes, something around there, Marcelo for Real Madrid kind of had a fast break, and he had the opportunity with three guys to the side of them. Benzema was the guy to the direct right of him, but Marcelo instead takes a shot instead of passing the ball out to Benzema or one of the other three to his right. Now, Ray Hudson and Phil Shane kind of said, look, he's got to take that shot, but, I fundamentally disagree. I think that's the fundamental difference between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Marcelo, in that moment, takes that shot. If that's Neymar, if that's Suarez, if that's Rakitic, if that's Iniesta, they kick that ball out. They make the pass. Making the extra pass is what sets Barcelona apart from Real Madrid. It's that commitment to sharing the ball, being unselfish, and I think that's one of the reasons why Real Madrid has continually been a mess. And we saw today that Real Madrid has basically given their backing to Rafa Benitez. A lot of people were saying and speculating he might be fired after this horrendous loss, but they have given him their full support, as they should. 12 matches in, there's not much that you could possibly do. But I think at the end of the day, this was just kind of a collective. It said something about the differences in philosophies and the differences in playing styles. The sharing and unselfishness of a trio like a Neymar, a Suarez, and a Messi against the collective mentality of a Benzema, a Bale, a Ronaldo, all guys who want to be the star, even the minor stars like Marcelo, like you saw in that instant, they want all the glory. They don't want to pass the ball. They don't want to make the extra pass. That's what sets Barcelona apart. And look, now they're at the top of the table with a 6-point. I mean, last year was kind of different. Last year, Barcelona loses the first El Clasico at the Bernabeu, and they win the second one at Camp Nou in the much later half of the season. Barcelona got off to a very difficult start last year, but this season, my goodness, at the Bernabeu, a 4-0 thrashing, that really is going to set them up, I think, for the rest of the year. I mean, now you got to look at how well they've played without Messi. Neymar is playing his best football of his life. Now Messi comes back. I mean, Barcelona, you would just think, is only going to go further and further up the ladder of progression from here. But I think the other guy you've got to give credit to is Sergi Roberto for Barcelona now. This is a youngster that we've seen really making a lot of strides this season. But I think for a guy of his age to have such good composure and to be so strong in a game of this magnitude is so telling about Barca's system, Barca's academy, and just the young kid himself. I mean, he was incredible in this game. I think across the board for Barcelona, you could give out A's to almost everybody. But Sergi Roberto, I mean, my goodness, I watched him in this game, just how physical he was, how many times he was making huge plays. The kid was phenomenal in this game. And the thing I did think, now some people were saying, look, you're up 4-0. I'm sorry, you're up 3-0. Why are you putting Messi in this game? But I think it was something you had to. Luis Enrique is kind of saying, look, he just needs to play to kind of get back into the rhythm for us. So I think it was important for him. Messi did look pretty good moving out there for the most part. He had a couple little trickery moments, but I mean, I think Ray Hudson said it best in this game. Trying to stop Barcelona when they're in this form is harder than nailing Jello to the ceiling. Now, I've never tried personally to nail Jello to the ceiling, but I would imagine it's very difficult, just as difficult as it is to stop Barcelona when they're in the form like this. But it was a big testament to their side. It was a big testament to the way that they play. And again, I said this all the time last year. It means something. It means something the way that your mentality is on the field. How do you react? How do you all get along? I think right now that Ronaldo is not very happy in this situation, and I think that clearly showed in his playing on the field. I mean, I'll be honest. For a guy of Ronaldo's caliber, who's for the most part is the unquestioned second best player in the world, he did not look like it. You could not tell he was in the game at points. I really cannot pick out moments to you in that game where I thought, where was Ronaldo? There's a lot of blame to go around for Real Madrid, but I think as much blame as there is to go around for them, I think there's more praise to go to Barcelona for just how incredibly dominant they were. It was an incredible watch. I mean, normally you're on the edge of your seat because of how tight these games were, but you were able to relax a little bit because this one was really all wrapped up. Barcelona fully controlled this game. They owned every aspect. They came into the Bernabeu, and they own the Bernabeu as of right now. That is going to do it for this segment. Again, very curious what your thoughts are on it. What do you think of the difference of that mentality? Clearly, there is an unselfishness to a player like a Suarez, a Neymar, and a Messi that just does not happen with a Gareth Bale, a Cristiano Ronaldo, and then a player like Benzema. But what is that? Is it true? I think it is. I think you've seen it in case out. But again, your opinion is just as good as mine, and let me know in the comments below.